Normally, this is the time of the year most people want to travel. However, many people have had to change plans this year. But one activity seeing a surge is camping. And for those of you interested in getting away to the great outdoors, we're getting some expert tips for you. Joining us to share what you should know before you go is travel mom Emily Kaufman. Welcome to the show, Emily.
Hi, good morning. It's so good to be back with you.
Yeah. What recommendations do you have for people who want to have some kind of vacation this summer?
Well, everybody's looking to do something to feel like they have a summer vacation experience. So a lot of people are rediscovering camping or even discovering camping for the very first time. And just like hotels and resorts and destinations, there are different camping experiences for every type of budget and every type of traveler. Some places you want to rent an RV and go to a very fancy campground, and others you want to just go pitch a tent. So something for everybody when it comes to getting in the great outdoors.
Very nice. What is the most important thing that people should know when they are planning their camping trip? What do they need to be thinking about?
I think it's really important that everybody understands you have to have reservations. You can't just show up to a campground and expect to find a spot. So when it comes to the national parks, you want to look at nps.gov. And then when it comes to our California state parks, Reserve California is the place to go to get information.
That's right. Don't just show up and think you can camp. Reservations are a big thing right now because they're trying to keep the numbers corresponding with how many they can have. I know hotels have a lot of protocols to keep everyone safe. What about campsites? Do they have the same kind of measures in place?
They certainly do. And just like you mentioned, there's a limited number of spaces that are even available and limited number of people to each campsite. So you want to call and make sure that the facilities are open, things like restrooms, showers. Many of them have food services, and you want to check and see if their restaurants are operating or if their general stores opening. And again, you want to make sure that you're able to get a spot because of the limited number of people coming in.
Well, you definitely sound like you have some experience, Emily, and there's so many different places you can choose from. How would someone know what's right for them, for what experience they're looking for?
Well, there's a website called Campendium. It's kind of like a TripAdvisor for campsites. So it'll tell you exactly what to expect firsthand from people who have been there and done that. And I'm going to be really honest and have a confession here.
Okay.
I love the great outdoors. I'm not a really big camper, but I just had a terrific experience just about 2 hours away from Sacramento. I used Redding as my home base and stayed in a hotel. And there are beautiful waterfalls to go hike around. Lake Shasta is just wonderful. So many national forests to explore, the river, caverns. So if you're thinking about getaway and you're like me and you're really not a big camper, consider a visit up to Redding. They really have affordable hotels you can check out and a great way to get outdoors. They also, I gotta admit, have lots of campgrounds and campsites, and that's what inspired me to want to talk about this with you guys.
Well, we just saw some of your pictures. Looks like you know how to have a good time and enjoy the outdoors. What about social distancing? Does that work when we're talking about going camping?
I'll tell you something interesting. All the pictures that you just saw were from my visit up to Redding, and I was so blown away. People are wearing masks on the trail. Everybody's in a good mood, super happy, mindful of one another. So social distancing still comes into place when it comes to being in the great outdoors.
Emily, thank you for joining us and sharing those great tips. I'm inspired to get outdoors. You can find more of Emily's travel tips at thetravelmom.com.